Park, Carrickmore for the 1983 Senior Championship Final between Trillick and Ardboe. And as we look down here on the green sward, it's the Trillick team that's kicking around. And we're just picking up an announcement over the intercom, and it's to the effect that Ardboe will play in black and white strip, I think it is. Apparently they've come away without their jerseys, but anyway, we return to the Trillick team, and it lines out as selected: Joe McGrade in goals, Seamus Gormley, Pat King and John Kelly, the full back line. Their half back line: Kieran Kelly, Liam Donnelly and Patsy Kelly. At midfield they have Brendan Donnelly and Declan O'Donnell. Half forward line: Jerry Donnelly, Sean Donnelly and Ray Cassidy. And their full forward line: Mickey McAleer, John Donnelly and Declan O'Hagan. And the captain of the team is Pat King, their full back. So things are a wee bit delayed here in Carrickmore for this final. We're still waiting on the Ardboe team to make its appearance. Remember, Trillick have qualified for the final by beating on the way. They beat the county champions Áhar. They followed up with a win over Dungannon, and in the semi-final they beat Omagh. And it's the Ardboe team just taking the field now. As we said, a bit delayed, but here they are in their own colours and so on. Bit of a problem, I suppose it can happen on a county final day. Their line out: Hugh Bell in goals, Sean Bleaks, Jerry Higgins and Philip Forbes. Their half-back line: Philip Devlin, Patsy Forbes and Malachi Coyle. At midfield they have Eamon Quayle and Packy Henry. Half-forward line: Sean Coyle, Martin Coyle and Michael Muldoon. And their full forward line: Eamon Forbes, Frank McGuigan and Kevin Teague. Ardboe qualified for the final by beating Carrickmore in the first round after a replay, beating Dromore in the quarter-final, and then beating Moortown in the semi-final after a replay. Referee today, Eamon Mullen from the Ballygolly Club. So, it's all in readiness for the 1983 Senior Championship Final, but of course before that we have our parade and so on. The parade of the teams. Ardboe led by Malachi Coyle, their captain. Pat King leading the Trillick team. Trillick have a few mascots. Both of these teams well aware of what championship football is all about, and particularly what championship finals are all about. Although in the case of Ardboe it's 1976 since they last appeared in a final. Trillick were there in 1980. Both of them have won 4 titles. Trillick won their first away back in 1937. The band's here led by the Chummery Pipe Band. So as I say, both teams with their 4 titles: Trillick 1937, 1974, 75 and 81. 1980 in fact for Trillick. Ardboe 1968 was their first one, which is fairly recent. And then they did a treble 1971, 72 and 73. Made the breakthrough to the final in 76, but were beaten that year by Áhar. Both clubs have also been very much to the fore in the leagues. In fact, they have been ruling the roost in the leagues over the years since the introduction of the All-County League. Ardboe have 6 titles and Trillick have 3, and both of them this year again are very much in contention for the league title. As the teams and parade comes around just right under us, I see one of the Trillick players, Eugene Barrett, is actually a member of the of the Chummery band, so that would be something of a record if he actually played in a county final and paraded with the band, was a member of the band beforehand. A lot of extra attention there on the number 14 in the Ardboe colours, and number 14 in the Ardboe colours is of course Frank McGuigan. The toss being taken here between the two captains, Malachy Coyle, Pat King, Eamon Mullen, signing the team sheets and so on, as we have around the vein. So we're still waiting on the various formalities to be completed, and just yet another photo being set up here. All part and parcel, as we say, of county final day. Players and so on are well used to it. The decisions have been made, the choices have been made, both teams are changing ends. Whatever breeze there is would appear to be favouring, perhaps favouring Trillick, although it seems to be a breeze blowing over towards us here. Looking down, I think Ardboe have a switch. Patsy Forbes playing right half back, Phelim Devlin in centre half back. As Eamon Mullen prepares to throw in the ball. And the game is on, and it's Trillick first in possession, Declan O'Donnell, and a nearly free to Trillick. Liam Donnelly, Trillick on the move, Declan O'Donnell, Ground very slippery after that bit of a downpour we had. Sean Donnelly, Malachy McAleer. Malachy squaring himself up and has the first wide of the match. Kick out by Sean Bleeks. Taken nicely there by Philip Forbes. Brendan Donnelly, on the number 19 jersey for Trillick. And Sean Donnelly through, and Sean gets his kick in. Dangerous one, taken nicely by Hugh Bell, and conditions really very slippery, as you can see there. As Ray Cassidy screws that one, but screws it wide. Sean Bleeks, a good long kick out right to midfield. They're tussling for it there. Philip Forbes. Martin Coyle foul there. Michael Muldoon, who scored such an important point in the drawn semi-final. Seamus Gormley gets that and out as far as Declan O'Donnell. Declan bounces the ball, he's hustled in there. Referee gives a free out. Pat King gets his first touch of the ball here. Pat, one of the most experienced players in the final. Captain of the Trillick team today. Long one right down. The interesting tussles around midfield where we have Brendan Donnelly and Eamon Quayle, the down minor. As McGuigan goes for this ball, Pat King, but it's John Kelly who clears it up. Sean Donnelly under that one. Just taken away by Malachy Coyle. Malachy Coyle is out to Liam Donnelly, so things a bit scrappy around midfield here at the moment as both teams beginning to find their feet, trying to find their feet. John Donnelly gets that and through Declan, but it's Philip Devlin. Philip blowing up there for, and Sean Donnelly is right through, but a great save there by Hugh Bell. As Trillick come back, Declan O'Donnell. Declan sizes this one up, and this one wide. Who took that free? That quickly taken free almost presented Trillick with the first score of the match, as Sean Donnelly got right through behind the defence, but a great save there by Hugh Bell. With some 5 minutes gone in the game. Martin Coyle to Eamon Forbes. Eamon, a nice one, trying to find Frank McGuigan. He's got the ball to McGuigan. McGuigan looks up, sidesteps Pat King, sends a dangerous looking one right into the square, but it's fisted out there by Kevin Teague. Joe McGrade taking the kick out for Trillick. Patsy Kelly, John Shaw. Declan O'Donnell clears it on the ground to Sean Donnelly. Sean picks that one up, searching one through the middle, trying to get John Donnelly, doesn't get him. Ray Cassidy gets it through to Shep Donnelly, Jerry Donnelly, as Mickey McAleer comes through. Sean Bleeks comes over, beats him, and Ray Cassidy first times it out over the end line. Off, aren't you? Kick out taken by Sean Bleeks, but it's out over the sideline under us here. Ray Cassidy, right-footed, over as far as Eamon Quayle. Eamon fields that one nicely, hops her. Packy Henry through to Packy Henry. Packy's shouldered, free to Ardboe. Philip Devlin going to take this one. Packy Henry, Eamon Quayle, Brendan Donnelly. Ray Cassidy picks it up. To number 12 tussling. Mick Muldoon for Ardboe, and it's a free for Trillick. Malachy Coyle, the Ardboe captain. Malachy takes this one right-footed. It's a good-looking one. Frank McGuigan trying to get under it. Frank tussling with Seamus Gormley. Kevin Tate coming in there, but it's Kieran Kelly coming away with it. He hasn't quite got it away. Seamus Gormley picks it up. Long relieving clearance out to midfield, or it's Ray Cassidy picks it up. Ray Cassidy to John Donnelly. John Donnelly playing a roving commission. He's number 14 on his back, but he's well out the field. He gets it to Mickey McAleer, tackled by John Bleaks, and he's out the sideline. What is it? A free in for Trillick. Ray Cassidy. This could be a scoreable one. Scoreable one for Ray as he hits it long, but he hasn't got the distance. He's got the direction. It's coming out, and it's Patsy Forbes. Patsy Forbes to Eamon Quayle. Eamon's kick's partially blocked down by Brenton Donnelly, but it's Sean Coyle. Sean Coyle beats his man. Gets it to Martin Coyle. Martin Coyle's trying to get it to Frank McGuigan. He succeeds in doing so. Frank, a nice little chip through to Kevin Teague. Kevin's back to Frank, and Frank takes his shot, and it's the first score of the match. So a nice piece of interplay there between 4 or 5 Ardboe players. Finished off with Frank McGuigan sending over the first score of the match after some 8 minutes play. As Joe McGrath takes the kick out. Packy Henry, Kevin Teague. The Ardboe forwards have shown us now just what they can do, but Pat King comes out with that one. Gets it well away. Willem Devlin, Eamon Quayle, Frank McGuigan again. As Frank gets it, looks around, and this time takes a shot himself, but he's off target. So from that wide ball, Joe McGrath taking the kick out. Seamus Gormley picking that rebound. Sean Donnelly back there. Willem Devlin not giving him very much room. Patsy Kelly coming across to take that one. Slips, walks up, kicks it now. Not a very good one. It goes well through as far as John Donnelly. As John Donnelly finds Declan O'Hagan. Declan's shot is straight over the bar. So they're level again after 10 minutes play. Sean Bleak's taking all these kickouts for Ardboe. Gets it to Philip Forbes. Philip right-footed into midfield. Brenton Donnelly and Eamon Quayle jumping for it. Neither of them getting it. Liam Donnelly. Mickey McAleer going on a solo down along the swing. Sean Bleak's keeping very close to him. He hasn't got past him yet, but Mickey McAleer gets the ball through. Liam Donnelly coming again. So that clearance there by Jerry Higgins out as far as Liam Donnelly. Brenton Donnelly taking this free. And it beats the full back and the full forward. Goes right through to Hugh Bell. Hugh Bell finds Eamon Quayle. Nice touch there from Eamon. Martin Coyle. Martin on the ball, unchallenged at the moment here. Gets it through, and it's McGuigan alert as ever. He's got the ball up into his hands. Pat King, he has beaten King. He's coming through, beating another man, takes his shot and sends it over the bar. So John Kelly, after that bit of attention, back on his feet again as Joe McGrath prepares to take the kick out. That second point from Frank McGuigan. Joe right-footed. Brenton Donnelly down. Brenton doesn't catch it. Liam Donnelly in. Taken away by Kieran Kelly. Through to John Donnelly, but the ball runs loose. Mickey McAleer. Fulham Forbes kicks it back to Hugh Bell, and Hugh Bell gets his clearance in. Malachi Coyle. Kevin Teague. Kieran Kelly. Mick Muldoon tussling here. And it's a free into Ardboe. Kieran Kelly not all that happy, but it's a free in. Mickey Muldoon. Left footed. A good long one. McGuigan again under it. Pat King, Seamus Gormley. Ball's cleared as far as Brendan Donnelly. Brendan Donnelly wastes no time. Gets this and up as far as Sean. Sean under it. Sean has got it. Sean's been pulled. Referee Eamon Mullen racing up. He's having a word with Fulham. Nobody been booked. As Ray Cassidy takes the kick. Fulham Forbes gets it away. Jerry Higgins picks up the clearance, is fouled and gets his free out. He's taking this one himself. Not a very good one. It's out over the sideline here under us. So some 60 metres out. Ray Cassidy belts it through. John Donnelly struggling hard there to get it, doesn't get it. Fulham Forbes places the ball. And Sean Bleeks is going to kick it. Sean Bleeks takes that one after with 15 minutes play gone. Low scoring, but we expected a low scoring game. Just 2 points to 1. Down under us here, Mickey Muldoon gets his kick in just as far as Brendan Donnelly. Brendan pumping balls down through the middle here to the John Donnelly at number 14, but so far John hasn't been able to quite get possession. As this time Philip Devlin picks it out. He's fouled by John. So a bit of relief there for the Ardboe defence. Sean Bleeks goes across. Ardboe leading by those 2 points scored by Frank McGuigan to the 1 for Trillick by Declan O'Hagan. Sean Bleeks right to midfield. Jerry Higgins, Jerry doing well at fullback. Packy Henry. John Kelly across and picking this one up. Brendan Donnelly fielding at midfield. Declan O'Hagan, the point scorer for Trillick. Declan looks around and he's got her through to John Donnelly, and John Donnelly's from the edge of the square and he takes the shot and it's a goal. So 18 minutes gone and the first goal of the match to Trillick. That one set up there by Declan O'Hagan right through to John Donnelly. Patsy Forbes. John Donnelly. Sean Donnelly. Sean's been harried by Philip Devlin. Ray Cassidy sets her down. This one's sitting exactly on the 45-metre line, and Ray Cassidy kicks her straight and through 20 minutes gone. The free for Ray Cassidy all the way straight over the bar to make it 1-2 to 2 points. As John Donnelly gets possession from the kick out, tries to get her to Patsy Kelly, doesn't quite get her there. But Eamon Quayle, Eamon gets it right up the field, and this in front of Frank McGuigan, and Frank's trying to get in. He's been fouled, yes. Eamon Mullen on the ball there. A free into Ardboe. This one could be taken by Eamon Forbes. Eamon, one of the top scorers in the championship this year. In fact, he's in second place at the moment, and now he has narrowed the gap to just 1 point in the top scorers trophy and 2 points here in this final. So 21 minutes gone, and Eamon Forbes narrows the gap. Declan O'Donnell, and his good end-to-end play. It mightn't be the most exciting of play just at the moment, but it's good end-to-end stuff as Ardboe try to get on the move again. Out to Eamon Forbes. Eamon, that searching ball in the middle. McGuigan lets her run through and gets round. Picks her up, flicks it up. Bounce. And takes his point. So what's happening down here as Frank McGuigan hit that one over the bar? Certainly a few off the ball incidents. Referee consulting with his umpire. But everybody up on their feet again. McGuigan okay. So it's back to 1 point between them again. 5 points to 4, or 1-2 to 4 points if you like it that way. Foul there on John Kelly. Mickey Muldoon's name then into the book as Brenton Donnelly picks up from the free. Not a very good one from Brenton, and it's going to beat Declan O'Hagan out to the line. Linesman Desi Slater sets it. Malachi Coyle, a good one in there. Nobody fielding all that well at midfield. Both sets of midfielders content to beat them down as Ray Cassidy is bundled up there, and another free for Trillick. Brenton Donnelly takes this one quickly. Mickey McAleer through, and Mickey picks his spot and picks her over the bar. Taking the kick out. The score 1-3 to 4 points. John Blake's under that one there, untroubled, gets his kick. Ray Cassidy. Terry Donnelly back to Patsy Kelly. Patsy beats Sean Coyle, all ends up. Sean Donnelly fouls his man there. So that'll be a free out for Ardboe. Sean Blake's not a good one this time. Ray Cassidy tries one on the ground through, but Philip holds tight, beats his way out and gets his relieving clearance in. There's Liam Donnelly under it, but it's Eamon Quayle picks it at midfield, loses it. Packy Henry trying to pick it up, and it's a free for Ardboe. Malachi Coyle. Some 4 minutes to half time. That and well taken by Martin Coyle through to Eamon Forbes. Eamon trying to find Martin again, but doesn't succeed in doing so, and the ball's out for of 45. Declan Muldoon, left footed. Pat King fists it away and it's out for another 45. Eamon Quayle, Eamon picks his spot. He had a perfect opportunity of a point there, but just way off target. So the score remains 1-3 to 4 points in Trillick's favour with some 2 minutes to half time. Joe McGrade, kick out in there, Eamon Quayle under it. Patsy Kelly and Eamon Quayle tussling. Patsy comes out of it best, but it's Sean Coyle through, and Sean has the ball at his toe. A nice flick through to Kevin Teague, but Joe McGrade's out fast and gets his clearance in. Just as far as Packy Henry. Packy Henry through to Martin Coyle. Martin to Eamon Quayle, back to Martin Coyle. Martin Coyle takes his shot. This one looks okay, but it's just as far as goalkeeper Joe McGrade. Joe gets his clearance to John Kelly. Right through to Mickey McAleer, number 13. Mickey's going on a solo down along this far sideline. Philip Forbes out. Patsy Forbes under it now. Patsy picks her up. Tackled by John Donnelly, but he's still on his feet, and Sean Bleaks. Eamon Forbes tries to flick that one on, but it's out over the sideline again. Which way is it this time? Linesman Barney Taggart. Went straight out without being touched, that one. So it's John Kelly. We're in the last minute of the first half. Eamon Quayle under it, doesn't catch it clearly. Pat King in, picks up the rebound, feeds her down. John Donnelly gets possession. John, the goal scorer, he has beaten the full back and he's coming through. He's tackled. So a very rash tackle there by Ardboe, presenting Trillick with this chance to stretch their lead as we come up just to half time. Ray Cassidy doesn't usually miss chances like that. Steadies himself, comes up, kicks it, and it's over the bar. So it looks as if there'll be that goal between them at the half-time break as Brendan Donnelly fields again. Declan O'Hagan, Philip Forbes. Philip gets the better of this one. Philip has all the time in the world to pick her up, bounces her, runs himself into a bit of trouble, but gets his clearance in. It's not a very good one. Through to Sean Donnelly. Sean, who has already scored 3-8 in this year's championship. He holds on too long and it's a free out for Ardboe. Taken quickly by Jerry Higgins as far as Patsy Forbes. Patsy hand to toes, looks for Frank McGuigan and gets the ball kicked. It's a foul from where it landed. And Ardboe take a quick one this time. Martin Coyle. Martin with a chance that's right over the bar. So that quickly taken free paid off for Ardboe as Martin Coyle sends over their 5th point of the game. So we break with the score at Trillick 1-4, Ardboe 5 points. We say it's 5 points to 1-4, and team mentors down there at the moment giving their opinions on how things are going. And the Chummery Pipe Band tunes up.
Last night I dreamt of Ireland, sad and face so dear, and after from the cornfields rang joyfully and clear, and I saw the lightning gleam as I saw it all before, make to Carrickmore, and then they went down and
Okay, Pat.
that the Irish
With me here is Seamus Woods, who's current manager of the Tyrone minor team, a man who himself has won his fair share of county championship medals, and he'll give us his views on just how he thinks things are going. 2 points between them at the moment, Seamus. What do you think? Is it much as you expected, or can you see patterns developing on it?
Well, they always are both tactic. They're trying to get the ball to Frank McGuigan as often and as early as possible, and they're certainly paying off him in that the 5 points that they have on the board, 4 have come directly from him, well, 3 directly and 1 from the free kick. It's working from that point of view. At the other side, Trillick are taking far too much out of the ball. I think they've been spoiled probably by the ease with which they dealt with Oma in the semi-final, and the ease with which they're able to run through Oma defence, and it's not working here for them today because they're getting hit hard and often, and the moves are breaking down on them. The conditions aren't helping either in that, and the recent rain on top of a hard surface has made the ball very, very slippery. It's been a non-distinguished game so far, I think, and really for the crowd's point of view, it's been enlivened only by the interventions of McGuigan. Four in particular, which produced the 4 scores. From a Ardboe point of view, I can't understand why they persist with keeping Stephen Coney, a player of his calibre, on the bench, and that they've at least one defender in view who's been personally, I would hold him responsible for 3 out of the 4 that they've conceded, in that the scores came directly from them, or the goal should have been cut out by him, and he wasn't there to do that, and the players are on the bench of Coney's calibre, and I think it's past time that he was on the park.
So there you have the views of Seamus Woods, and the teams are lining up here for the start of the second half. We had half-time entertainment from quite a lot of sources, but in Seamus's opinion we have Frank McGuigan playing a major role, and we have the fact that a few cracks would appear to be becoming apparent in the Ardboe defence. But anyway, we're ready for the second half, and time will tell just how things are going to work out. Remember, there's just those 2 points between them. And just as we look around, rather prophetic there on the part of Seamus Woods, because Stephen Coney has made his appearance on the Ardboe team.
607 on a blue colour ticket, 150 pounds to be claimed at the microphone.
So the ball's thrown in and the second half is on, and Seamus Gormley under it there. Patsy Kelly. Brendan Donnelly quick on the attack. As Declan O'Donnell takes that one, and it's over the bar. Sean Blake's out to midfield. Ray Cassidy. Trillick got the better of the early exchanges here in the second half. They're coming through again. All sorts of danger there for Ardboe, but Hugh Bell up to it. Hugh Bell makes his clearance, gets it as far as Sean Donnelly. Sean's shot coming in there. Eamon Quayle. Sean Coyle, and there's another name for the book. This time it's Patsy Kelly. Philip Devlin. But Brendan Donnelly fields, beats Martin Coyle. Tries to find Sean Donnelly, the ball isn't fielded. Michael Muldoon shot blocked down by Ray Cassidy. And Patsy Forbes out in front of his man. The ball's on the ground, tussling, and is picked up by Michael Muldoon. Patsy Forbes in again. Patsy makes ground, gets it cleared. Eamon Quayle, but it's Kieran Kelly under it. And Patsy back to pick up that one once more as Seamus Gormley clears for Trillick. Only as far as Eamon Quayle. Eamon Forbes. Left-footed shot, tries a speculative one, but doesn't get it any further than Liam Donnelly as Gerard Donnelly comes down and takes Declan O'Donnell. Sean Bleeks recovers, he has lost the ball again. Sean Donnelly goes out and picks it up. Gerard Donnelly through to Ray Cassidy with lots of open options for himself, and Declan O'Donnell sends it over. So 5 minutes into the second half, and the score 1-6 to 4 points for Trillick. 5 points in front. They've certainly taken a commanding lead at this stage. As back they come on the attack, Declan O'Donnell. Declan hops the ball, looks where the goals are, but doesn't hit the ball where the goals are. Hugh Bell trying to get something moving for Ardboe as Eamon Quayle takes that one up along the Stephen Coney and Martin Coyle through to Frank McGuigan. Frank is on the ball, he looks round and tries a nice one in, but Joe McGrade's there. So we have Trillick back on the attack. Declan O'Hagan. Ray Cassidy going to take it. Got it, and it's fielded, well fielded there by Sean Bleeks. Sean's clearance, Frank McGuigan very far outfield now as Martin Coyle's kick blocked down by Declan O'Donnell. He gets it across to McGuigan. McGuigan looks around. So Frank not very happy with that one. Sean Donnelly making ground. So there's danger threatening here for Ardboe, but full-back Jerry Higgins out to Patsy Forbes. Patsy trying to get her to McGuigan. They're tussling it forward out here as Sean Coyle picks it up, and Sean's going through hand to toe. He's grounded on the edge of the square. He's up again. Bit of a scrum down there as somebody from Trillick definitely picks it up. Kieran Kelly. Eamon Mullen on the spot. So he takes Seamus Gormley aside. Eamon Quayle gets it, and Martin Coyle, and Martin shots a high enough one, and it's over the bar. Ten minutes into the second half, and it's 1-6 to 6 points. We have a lot of very messy play here at the moment. 1-6 to 6 points. Eamon Quayle in possession. Brendan Donnelly gets that one. Doesn't get it well cleared. Patsy Kelly has it. Found by Martin Coyle. There, knocked down by Frank McGuigan. Sean Coyle. Sean Coyle's got a bit of room in front of him now. He's going on a solo run. He runs into trouble, but he still has the ball. He has it on the ground. Gets it through to Eamon Forbes, but Eamon's shot fielded there by John Kelly. So it's a free out for Trillick. John Kelly taking his time with it. John Kelly's Stephen Coney. Stephen hops the ball, left-footed effort now, and Packy Henry, but it's Seamus Gormley in relieving the pressure. Trillick somewhat penned in here at the moment, but Ardboe so far not able to get the score as Philip Devlin gets that and through to Eamon Forbes, but it's only to Patsy Kelly. Sean Donnelly in his favourite sort of a position, gets on a run here, but the ball slips off his toe. He still has it. Gets it through to Ray Cassidy to Sean Donnelly. Sean Donnelly looking around. Mickey McAleer. Mickey gets possession. He doesn't quite. Fouled there by Sean Bleaks. So it's a free in for Trillick, some 14 metres out. Ray Cassidy, the taker, is not by any means an easy one, but it's the type of kick that Ray has taken before. That's all right. Ray Cassidy takes that one. Sean Donnelly gets her. Sean Donnelly's shot bounces up the crossbar. Taken by Sean Bleaks. As Eamon Quayle comes away for Ardboe. Eamon's boxed in. Eamon Forbes out. Martin Coyle. Martin's left-footed shot right into the heart of the Trillick defence is touched out by Seamus Gormley. Declan O'Donnell. Declan gets it to Brendan Donnelly. So that attack from Ardboe came to nothing. As Brendan O'Donnell tries to make ground, he's tackled by Frank McGuigan, and Frank has the ball in front of him, chips it up, and away he goes. But John Kelly equal for that one. "15 minutes gone now in the second half, and Trillick leading by that one goal. That goal, remember, scored in the 18th minute of the first half by John Donnelly. And McGuigan fields again at midfield. This time it's Malachy Coyle. Malachy going through, gets it through. Martin Coyle. Martin's tackled on the 14-metre line, and it's a free in. Eamon Forbes taking it. Yes, and it's all the way to reduce the gap to just 2 points. Joe McGrath takes the kick out. Under it, Declan O'Donnell. Mickey McAleer, Sean Donnelly trying to beat it to the line. He succeeds in doing so. He doesn't quite just. Sean Blake's taking this sideline kick. Liam Donnelly. Brendan Donnelly. Brendan stopped there by Frank McGuigan. Frank holds on to him and then lets him go, and Brendan's right through, but his shot's away off target. Kick out by Sean Bleaks. Frank McGuigan again, while he made his presence felt at full forward, he's now having an effect around midfield. But really, we're not getting any great continuous play as Sean Donnelly picks up 45 metres. Away he goes on one of his typical runs. He's still going, and he's right through, and he's pulled down. And another name in the book of Eamon Mullen. Ray Cassidy steadies himself up for this one. It's all the way. And it's gone. And the score 1-7 to 7 points. Ray Cassidy fields this one himself from the Sean Bleaks kick out and gets it to Sean Donnelly as the sun comes out here on Carrickmore. Sean keeps possession but loses it now as Jerry Higgins comes across. Jerry Higgins to Martin Coyle. Martin bounces the ball, still has it. Jerry Forbes. But the Trillick defence holds firm. Another opportunity for Sean Donnelly. Sean through to John. John looking for Ray Cassidy. Gets the ball to him, and Ray tries a long one this time. And the only man going for it is Sean Donnelly, and he's on his own as Patsy Forbes comes across to tackle him. He tries his shot right across the front of the goals. So a let off there for Ardboe as Sean Donnelly had the goal at his mercy, but Patsy Forbes definitely made good work cutting him off as Trillick come back again. This time it's Declan O'Donnell, but the referee has blown the whistle for an infringement further out the field. So that one won't count. Play continues with Kieran Kelly fielding nicely. The number 5 Kieran in his first final for Trillick. The ball set there for Patsy Forbes. Liam Donnelly, who's played so well at centre half, tries to get that in the way, doesn't succeed in doing so. Situation retreat by Declan O'Donnell. Willem Forbes comes through now with that one. Just as far as Kieran Kelly. John Donnelly picks it up. This could spell danger again for Ardboe as Jerry Donnelly. Jerry Donnelly back to John. John through to Declan O'Donnell. Declan O'Donnell's shot blocked down by Philip Devlin. Sean Donnelly on the ball now. Sean tries one Out to Ray Cassidy. Ray Cassidy has a bit of room for himself and hits her wide. Eight minutes to go then. To Stephen Coney. Eamon Forbes. Beaten again. Mickey McAleer. Sean Blake's in front of him. Mickey goes, takes him on, gets the ball through to Declan O'Hagan. Declan O'Hagan to Ray Cassidy. And Ray Cassidy's shot. So Ray Cassidy's shot makes it 1-8 to 0-7 with 7 minutes left in the game. Willem Forbes' his shot blocked down, and it's now Mickey McAleer. Mickey gets it to John Donnelly. John Donnelly through to Declan O'Hagan. Declan O'Hagan tries an effort, but it's way off target. And Ardboe certainly needing some sort of a miracle at this stage, as Sean Donnelly fouled. Be another chance for Ray Cassidy. This looks an easy one for Ray. He steps up and kicks it. The Trillick supporters say it all. It's 1-9 to 7 points for Trillick. Five minutes to go then. Brendan Donnelly fields that one. Through to Jerry Donnelly. Jerry with the goalie, nobody to beat but the goalie. He's taken down, and it should have been a free. Well, referee says play on. Out to Patsy Forbes. John Donnelly tackles him. Patsy gets his kick. It's the first time over the halfway line for Ardboe for some 5 minutes. Declan O'Donnell comes across and puts Trillick on the attack once more as Sean Bleaks gets under that one. Sean to Malachi Coyle. Martin Coyle. John Kelly. Eamon Forbes. John Kelly taking this one. Ray Cassidy up under it. And it's Brendan Donnelly who fly kicks it all the way to Declan O'Hagan. Declan hops it on his toe, looks around. Mickey McAleer across if he can see Ray Cassidy, but he's policed there by Sean Bleaks. He's tapping her on his toe, and it's Willem Forbes. Willem Forbes to Martin Coyle. And Seamus Gormley takes that one. Trillick defence very solid here at the moment. And Frank McGuigan, a forlorn looking figure. There's that one right through to Hugh Bell, and Hugh takes that one very easily as we go into some 3 minutes to go. Eamon Forbes. Stevie Coney goes and tries a run. Gets her through to Martin Coyle. Could this be a chance for Ardboe as Martin Coyle hops her on his toe? He's pulled down, and it's a free in for Ardboe. McGuigan's going to take this one, and I don't think he's going to go for the point. Martin Coyle, and Martin kicks it over the bar. I don't think that's really what they intended. Two minutes on our stopwatch as Pat King takes that kick out. A lot will depend on who gets in against Patsy Forbes, and it's a free in for Ardboe. Stevie Coney. Liam Donnelly to Ray Cassidy. Ray foraging in his own half of the field. A long right-footed clearance, but it'll be coming back again. So as we look out over the stand and see the crowd drifting away at this stage with just a minute left in the game, it looks as if it's title number 5 for Trillick. Brenton Donnelly in possession. Brenton, the holder of 3 medals, as is John Donnelly, and John tries a long one here, and the only Trillick man in shooting distance, Sean Donnelly. Keeps Philip Forbes. Philip gets that one away to his full-back, Jerry Higgins. Philip Devlin. As John Kelly chases his own kick and picks it up, goes in a wee solo and gets the relieving clearance. Ray Cassidy. Ray Cassidy's kick in there, and Frank McGuigan then under it. An indication of how Ardboe have died in this second half, that Frank McGuigan's in helping out his defence. Malachy Coyle, the captain of the team. Malachy on a long run. So that effort there ends in stalemate. It's at 45. What is it? So what could be near enough the last kick of the match here. Stevie Coney taking this 45-metre free, and it looks a fairly good one. Joe McGrade in under it. A shot blocked down, and it's all over. Yes, it's title number 5 for Trillick, as Pat King, the Trillick captain, runs out there to embrace Frank McGuigan in the middle of the field. Scenes of jubilation. That final score of 1-9 to 8 points, a 4-point victory. And the score which really made all the difference was the goal by John Donnelly in the 18th minute of the first half. So the title goes back to Trillick now after that's just a 3-year wait, 3-year gap. You can still keep focusing on the crowd out there. Well, the players down around the presentation area, County Chairman Brendan Harkin in there somewhere presenting the O'Neill Cup to the Trillick captain Pat King. And just at this point, it would be a good time to go along here to Seamus Woods to see how he thinks things panned out in the second half. Well, Seamus, Trillick held on, extended their lead. Champions for the 5th time. What do you think of the second half?
Well, nobody could dispute the fact that Trillick were more than worth their victory today. I think not even Ardboe people would dispute that. Certainly I don't think the players would quibble with it. Trillick ended up with 1-9 on the board and missed as much. They continued in the second half to take far too much out of the ball. I counted on one occasion they played 6 consecutive passes square across the 21-yard line, and Ray Cassidy ended up hitting the ball wide under more pressure than any one of the previous 5 people who had the ball was under at that particular time. At the end of the day too, Frank McGuigan just hadn't the capacity. I don't think he had the wind to last an hour, and then when he was taken out to midfield, the problem was if he got possession there, then who was going to be in the end of it when he delivered it, and that he couldn't be 2 places at once. I also I have to ask questions about the removal of Kevin Teague, and that players who would have played against Kevin Teague over the years, myself included, would realise that Kevin Teague is an exceptional player in any position, and certainly has served Ardboe particularly well in defensive positions in recent years. And when I saw him disappearing to the bench, I wondered why he couldn't have been accommodated at corner back. But the point I made, I think at half time, was borne out again in the second half, and the 3 or 4 more scores came directly off the same spot again, and that was a spot that Teague, a gap that he had plugged with a lot of success against Moortown in the second half of the drawing game, when he and Patsy Forbes came into defence and plugged all the gaps that had been apparent in the first half. And the fact that he was moved to the bench, I found it hard to credit. And I still think if he had been there in a defensive position throughout the hour, and if Stephen Coney had been on for the full hour, and McGuigan had the brace for a full hour, then it might have been a different thing. But at the end of the day, Trillick was still more than worth their win. Worthy champions.
So that's it then. It's title number 5 for Trillick. And we've just heard the announcement that the Man of the Match award there went to Sean Donnelly. So Sean joins an illustrious group of players who have won that award. Over here for a few words, and first of all I would like to congratulate you, Pat, on your success. You're the 5th title for Trillick. Was it as exciting as the first one?
Well, it's certainly a surprise for me anyway to get a 4th one at my time of life, and it was the one which I was most nervous about, because I didn't think I'd get the chance again.
That's strange. I thought all the Trillick fellas today now that there was nobody nervous at all. It turned out quite easy, although on the scoreboard it doesn't look all that convincing.
We made it difficult for ourselves in the fact that we didn't take our early chances, and by the fact that Frank McGuigan got a few brilliant first half scores for them to keep them in close contention.
Well, apart from Frank, as it turned out, they didn't have any great threat up front.
No, our defence is pretty strong and contained the Ardboe wingers very well. And the main threat was from McGuigan, and I felt that when he moved to the midfield, I felt we really had the match then. I felt at that stage that Ardboe had lost it once they moved him out, because he was the only one capable of getting scores.
Well, the next big step now, of course, is the Ulster Club Championship, and Trillick got to the final in their first year, so what are your feelings on that?
I certainly feel that we can represent Tyrone well this year in the Ulster Club, because I think the team is as strong as the 74 team. I think we have a much stronger team now than the team that won the championship in 80, and it's playing something like although we mightn't have played our best today, we're playing something like the football we played during the 74, 75 years.
Well, I was just looking on your wee pen pick there in the programme where you said you were looking forward to another year. You wouldn't be serious about that? I suppose you're looking forward to 3 or 4 more years?
Well, we'll take it 1 year at a time, and I'd certainly hope to play in the centenary year, Frank.
So there you are, Pat King, in a very confident mood, and Trillick looking ahead to the Ulster Club Championship, in which they play down in the first round.
Thanks very much, Frank.
Right.
Just going to do it out of your hand, Ian. yours, is it?
Well, I just use, well, a different lane, just this one. A long lane. This is the ordinary one, 2 kgs.
Alright. What's right in the zoom lens, what?
200. Well, it's a variable, 80 to 200.
Oh, I know. Just keep doing, just keep doing.
Shift it up, right? Shift it.
Check with John about Wednesday.
Perfect. Should I come to the wedding now?
One.
Yours?
We were going to be
That's right. I might say it next year. We were ready, buddy. We're a freshman door. Huh? We're a freshman door. You have to pay for photographs of me. Hey. What do you call it? I'm there in midfield, 1980. We're still not done. There's number 4.
Which team will they support?
No, just this colour here.
I catch it.
Good.